YouTube, welcome to Groove Builders. I'm Disorderly Cone, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about my friend Seymour here from Robotime. Now, unfortunately, Groovers, Seymour was one of the victims of my hard drive crash, which means I lost all of the video footage for the unboxing and building of Seymour. However, I'm going to go ahead and do an overview and a review of Seymour and what you guys will need to know about this particular build if you're looking to do it for yourself. Seymour, the faithful singing dog from Robotime, is completely made out of wood, except for the plastic dome and of course the metal music box inside. This model is really not that hard to build, and it comes complete with everything you need to get started inside. Let's go ahead and talk about construction difficulty. Seymour is a pretty straightforward robot to build, and the guys over at Robotime did a very good job with the instructions. I don't think at any point in time I became confused, and it was pretty straightforward. Every single thing you see on here was pretty much glued into place. And the glue that this model comes with comes in a nice pen, so it's very easy to get the little bit of glue in the spots that you need to. Which comes to my first point. Make sure that when you're attaching different pieces onto this particular model that you're using as little glue as possible. Using a whole bunch of glue will take a long time for the pieces to set, and when it dries, it will look very sloppy. So when you're doing this, take your time, make sure you use as little glue as possible when going around all the framing bits, and this should dry really quickly, allowing you to build faster. Which brings me to my second point. Building Seymour is a lot of fun, but you are using glue, so you need to make sure that all these pieces are ready to go before you start building more. If you build before the glue is done drying, you're going to find pieces are running away and the finish is going to be ruined on our friend Seymour. Take your time, let this dry, and enjoy the build. My third point's a bit of a doozy. Unfortunately, these models are made in mass production, although they are high quality. And that means that some of the pieces might come not drilled properly. And unfortunately that happened with me, especially here in the legs. I had to go through and very carefully drill the legs and get them to the proper dimension. If you're not careful while doing this, you can completely destroy this model. So if you're having to do this, please take your time and be super careful. And I wish the guys over at Robotime would do a little bit better job at checking the parts that go into these kits, because it wasn't just the legs, but there was also some parts in the propeller and along the backside that were incorrect. And again, I don't expect this with every single model, but that's definitely something that needs to be said. And with that, Groove Builders, let's move on to build time. Seymour here took me about 4.5 hours over 3 days to build. And I expect people that have built these models before to take even less time. Of course, you will have to wait for the glue to dry though. Let's move on to my thoughts. Seymour is a lot of fun to build, and if you're looking for a really good wood model to start with, I would say look no further. With the exception that some of the pieces might not come completely cut, this build was very straightforward, and if you're a little intimidated by all the detail, don't be. This thing is really simple, and with a little bit of a music box inside, it adds to the piece in a way that I wasn't really expecting. Even the propeller here on the front even turns. You can pose Seymour in a few different poses, which is really nice, and I find myself cranking Seymour up here for my kids to enjoy. Now, did you Groove Builders think I was gonna let you go without hearing my friend Seymour's song? Of course not. We're Groove Builders after all. Now, on the back of Seymour, we have this little key that we installed along with our build. If we just turn that key clockwise, we get a nice little bit of Seymour's song. And it pretty much repeats itself after that. A very nice tune that's very easy to listen to, and 9 times out of 10 you won't even realize it's repeated itself. Again, a very interesting piece from Robotime. And that, Groove Builders, brings us to the end. I had a really good time building Seymour and playing his song for you. If you guys had a good time, don't forget to press that like button, and for more videos like this, hit subscribe as well, as we got all kinds of really cool content coming out in the future. Until next time, Groove Builders, keep building.